Blake, can you talk a little bit about the North Carolina offense and how, since Mac Brown came back, they've been able to put a scheme together that's so difficult to defend, and obviously recruiting Sam Howell was part of that, but just the challenges that they present for you in getting ready for this week's game?
They're extremely explosive. When you look at across the board, I'd say probably the most explosive offense we've seen to date. We talk about their wide receivers. All three of them are very explosive, make tough 50-50 catches. Their running backs are as good as anyone we've seen. They're a great combination, in my opinion, of a power back and a speed back. And then Sam Howell, he's the head of the snake. He does a great job distributing the ball, makes plays off schedule quite a bit with his legs, extending the play outside of the pocket, and then also scrambling for first down. So Coach Longo and Coach Brown have done a phenomenal job there with that offense. And to me, one of the tougher ones to defend. They've got a very complex RPO game. And like I said, when you have explosive playmakers and can distribute the ball in a variety of different ways, they're very hard to defend.
One other question. I guess when competition is as lopsided as it was the other night, you maybe don't want to overreact, but it was hard not to notice the way Corey Flagg was moving around the field, and he just looked different, looked like he had much more command of what he was supposed to be doing. Is that a byproduct of his personal development? Is a light bulb suddenly coming on? Were you guys just so zoned in game plan wise that it looked that way? After watching the film, what perspective of that did you come away with?
I think more than anything, it's probably just a natural progression of just his development, getting more and more comfortable, within the defense. I think just playing more and more snaps. It's like I always say, everybody wants players to be like Insta player, where you just add water and put them in the microwave, and then a minute and a half later they come out and they're ready to go, man. And I wish it were like that, but it's not always the case. And just the ability that he has to like you said, control or take command of the defense and dissect plays, got unbelievable instincts. And the more comfortable you get within the defense, the more those instincts really start to come out and come to fruition. And I think that's why he was playing so fast Saturday night.
Coach, we've got David Lake from Inside the U. David, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I want to ask you about the safety play. It seemed like that was maybe the most consistent game from all three of those guys. Would you agree with that? And, moving forward to UNC, how important is for them to continue that level of play, considering they're going to be in constant conflict against North Carolina?
Yeah, those guys did an outstanding job. They were into it all night long. They've got great chemistry as the season's gone on. I think just their unselfishness has really shown through, and all really they've all really taken control of their roles. I think they're more comfortable in their roles, and I think I think their play was a byproduct of just being very comfortable in their roles throughout this defense. So they're going to be paramount to what we're doing this weekend. The big thing to me is they got to continue doing a great job communicating on the back end, really being quarterbacks of the back end of the defense, and working in concert with the corners and with the striker and the backers. But those guys are going to have to play well. I think when you look historically, when this scheme plays really, really well, it's because your safeties are really playing at a high level.
I want to ask you too about Wayne Steed real quick. Just, what impressed you about how he played on Saturday?
Man, I'm so happy for that guy. He didn't skip a beat, man. He's been through so much with that knee, and the fact that he came in with such confidence, had a great week of preparation. Honestly, didn't really know he was even probably going to get the start until I guess it was probably Friday. But did not, like I said, didn't skip a beat, didn't bat an eye, man, and really had a great game for us. And just to see him out there on that field having fun, making plays, it's a testament to his hard work and to our training staff getting him to where he is at this point.
Coach, we've got Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Baker, congrats on the shutout on Saturday. I'm curious, as you guys got into the fourth quarter there, was there discussion about that, trying to get the shutout?
No, it's kind of one of those deals, man. It's like a no-hitter, man. You just don't talk about it. And, at the end of the day, hopefully it comes about. I'm sure everybody was thinking it, but more than anything, our goal was to get everybody that got on that plane into the game, and I think that's vital when you talk about building a program. Getting these young guys meaningful snaps in a game or, throughout a season. And that's how they get better. That's how they grow morale on the team, morale on the defense is everybody's feeling good about themselves. So that to me is much more important than the shutout. Obviously the shutout is a tremendous accomplishment. The players and the staff, they deserve all the credit. They did a phenomenal job, throughout the preparation all week and just really putting it together, the leadership on the sideline, the excitement for the young guys when they did get in there. I think that was a huge part of them playing well.
And if I could, a quick follow, I think Pro Football Focus had you guys down for one missed tackle the whole game. I mean, was that the cleanest game in terms of tackling of the season? And just kind of how do you repeat that? How do you kind of make that consistent week to week?
Yeah, that was by far our cleanest game. Really, our cleanest game, not only from a tackling standpoint, but from a leverage standpoint. Our guys leveraging the football. I mean, they did a phenomenal job and taking great angles and finishing on the ball carrier. By far, one of the cleanest games I've ever been a part of, probably in my career. But the big thing is we just drill the hell out of it. And it's like that when you look at defenses or our defense, I should say, historically, it usually gets better and better and better and better and better as the year goes on, and that's something that we pride ourselves on. That to me is how we continue to continue to elevate our game, and it's a product of our guys buying in. I've said it all year long. They know that we can continue to get better. They know we can continue to get better, and as long as we stay humble and stay hungry, I think we'll continue to get better.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, we've got a couple more for you. We're going to go to David Wilson at the Miami Herald. David, go ahead. David, I think your audio might be off.
I hear you, yeah.
No, we cannot. But if you typed your question, I could ask Coach Baker also. But in the meantime, we're going to go to Chris Stock at InsideTheU. Chris, go ahead.
Coach, I had two questions. First, you touched on the safety play. Curious about the cornerbacks, how you're feeling they're playing down the stretch going into this game. Obviously, they've got talented receivers over there. And then my second question was about Jafari Harvey. Just obviously repetitions have been tough in games with Quincy and Jalen playing so much. Just curious your thoughts on his progress, his season, how he's looked when he's been out there and in practice.
Yeah, the first, answer your first question, I think our corners probably played their cleanest game of the season as well. And they had to pick up some slack, obviously, with Al being out, but TC is continued to play at a high level. I thought DJ played really, really well. And then just the development, it was ironic. Someone I know asked me last week, just coincidentally, I guess, or maybe they had some foreshadowing, some foresight on what was happening. But those two young guys, man, they came out there and balled out when you talk about Isaiah Dunson and Marcus Clark. And, we talked about Marcus's ball skills last week, but he really impressed me with his physical nature on Saturday night, man. He did a great job making tackles, setting edges on a screen. And then, like I said, when that ball gets near him, man, he always ends up catching it. So I'm encouraged. I really am. I'm proud of the way they competed, but this week to me is a different monster when you talk about the type of ability that the receivers have at North Carolina, man. They're legit. So we got to be on top of our game this week for sure. But I got all the confidence in the world in our corners right now. They're playing at a high level.
And then Jafari Harvey, could you touch?
Yeah, Jafari's had a good season. Like you said, man, it's hard getting him snaps. We were able to get him. He started on a third down package last week and did a really, really nice job for us. But you can see his development, and what I mean by that is just his consistency, his understanding of what we want out of him. Certain ways we play schematically at defensive end. He's being very, very consistent in those techniques. He's definitely getting better. And like I said, the opportunities, we want to play those guys more. I said that last week, talking about Cam Williams and Chance Williams and obviously Jafari. Those other two, man, they're playing lights out. It's hard to take those dudes off the field.